Hi, everybody. I'm here with Hywel Payne from Brighton, England, and he was one of the surf releases in 2024. Welcome, Payne, our pal.
Hello, thanks for having me on. Sorry.
So, tell me a little bit about. I know you have a multitude of different genres on your Bandcamp, which I'll link in the description. But I want you to specifically tell me about um, your surf release in 2024, and tell me how that came to be.
Okay, yeah, the 2024 stuff, going backwards, I guess going from the beginning of my surf bits, I started doing the sort of black metal surf covers. Um, like way back, I was looking at the page just to remind myself, that was about 15 years ago. There's a guy called Mr. Meddled, I think he's from Edinburgh or somewhere from Scotland. And he was doing some like covers of black metal songs, and then that's in a sort of 60s surf style. And I heard him on YouTube, and that's he had done them with kind of MIDI drums and kind of slightly janky guitars. I'm a drummer by trade since I was like 8 years old. I was playing in like a folk rock band at the time, so I had some nice 60s cymbals and stuff. And I got like a
Yep.
Jazz Master and a little Fender, was it the Blues Junior, with nice like spring reverb. So I kind of heard his like surf covers, and I was like, I could do this, but make them sound kind of a bit more authentic. I was getting into the whole black metal thing at the time, so I'd learned some of the cool riffs, like the dark throwing stuff, Mayhem, and just really kind
Yeah.
of translated that, also through my weird brain, and made them sound 60s and surfies, and they kind of took off. So I kind of do those occasionally over the last like decade or so, just for fun, and just kind of seem to be fairly popular online. And then so I eventually kind of licensed those properly a couple of years ago. So that, now that I figured I'd actually try and maybe make some money, make sure I was doing everything above board and proper. So the proper songwriters are getting credits and money and whatnot due. And then the 2024 release, I guess it took a bit of a right angle turn from the sort of black metal surf covers, and went into like death metal. So I was kind of I'd always wanted to do the Cannibal Corpse song "Hammer Smash Bass" as Hammer Smash Surf.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
so that was that. I had to go at it like 2 or 3 times over the years and never got it right. It's quite it's the like I think black metal as a genre kind of flows generally, and kind of is very similar to surf. You just take the reverb out, take the distortion out, add the reverb, put a surf beat in instead of blast beats, and you're good to go. But death metal, because it's more kind of angular, a lot of stop starts and time changes and wonky riffs, doesn't translate quite as well. But I eventually kind of like, fell into place. And a few other bands like Archfire from Vancouver. I was trying to figure out how to play some of their songs. They're like silly technical death metal. It's like 300 and something BPM shredding. So it's like I'm not that good a guitarist, so translating it into surf allowed me to sort of slow it down and kind of space out some of the arrangements.
Yeah.
And so did that one. What else did I cover? Trve, who are great. Um, and Death, who are like, the archetypal death metal band. So taking those sort of four great death metal songs and then surfifying them a 60s style, was my kind of 2024 project. It was quite fun. Um, up my game technically a bit, but death metal stuff's quite technically and hard to play and a bit wiggly, but yeah, it's fun.
Very nice, very nice. Now, you said there's another guy doing black metal type surf
Yeah.
covers,
Oh, way back.
and there's also a band named Beach Bomb doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was kind of vaguely aware of those guys, and once I put stuff on like Spotify, they start popping up. There's a few others kind of around that area, kind of the murky waters of the dark edge of surf, I guess. And the original guy is Mr. Metal, so should give him a round of applause or something. Uh,
He's on
that's kind
Bandcamp.
no, he was on YouTube like what, a decade and a half ago. But he closed down his channel, and I think he just lives a normal life. I think he's got a job in the government in Scotland somewhere. I was in contact
Oh,
with him
okay.
in the early days. We actually worked on a few songs together. He is a better guitarist than me, and I had real drums. So one of the covers way back, the Emperor's one, Iron Black Surfers or something, instead of Iron Black Wizards.
Hmm.
Um, but that was mostly featuring him. me on drums, and there's a few that never really. I think they made surfaced on his channel, but then he, um, yeah, I don't think he liked the whole negative side of the internet, all the comments and stuff, and so he just kind of shut down and had a quiet life since. I think I've kind of kept it bubbling away and chuck out the odd song when I kind of when I get around to it, like when I've got time. And I think COVID and stuff happened, so that gave me a lot of time to bust out a few more songs. A lot more time sitting around.
What was it at COVID time? Like, was there a specific genre you wanted to focus on?
I think that was just a few more of the black metal ones. There are a lot of like Dark Thrones. They translate that Dark Throne. He translates the Dark Thrones in the weird sort of surf cover style. And I kind of cheated and went from my nice acoustic kit to my electric one, which you can kind of see blurred out here.
No, let me see it.
Oh, it's just there. It's just black circles. It's the proper ones in boxes, and I couldn't really play that with my neighbours around. With everyone stuck in lockdown, so that was like kind of kept me sane during those times when I couldn't really go out and do stuff. Thrashing away, working on some covers. And then kind of also cheating and not using my nice Fender. Well, I used it a bit, but at low volume.
What do you play out a lot? Do you get musicians like to play along, like a band to play along with you?
No, I've always been tempted. It's people have kind of offered occasionally, got in touch, but finding people within. They tend to be in the States or elsewhere around the world. I'm like, I'd love to jam with them, but it's like the logistics isn't possible. Once in a while I kind of intend to start a live band around here. I think there is kind of a surf scene in Brighton. I just saw a poster pop up for a surf band actually at one of the gig venues. I think it was the Prince Albert or the Green Door store. So I have to get along to that and actually maybe find some surf comrades to sign up for my project. It's finding people, I guess, interested in the weird niche of both surf music and sort of black metal, death metal. There's a Venn diagram there. Find those people in the weird gap. I decided that would get a cloning machine or do it, something like that, but whichever one comes first.
Yeah. So, how close is Brighton to Wales? You being Welsh.
Oh yeah, so it's about 3-hour drive. So my parents still live up there on the border. My dad being Welsh, my mum's Canadian, which is weird. And I was actually born in the tropics in like Vanuatu, so I get around a bit. And occasionally get surfing, but I'm terrible. I was out in Portugal with a friend of mine who's a good surfer, and ended up dislocating my shoulder and almost drowning. So I'm in the Brian Wilson side of surfing, but like music, and I'll just stay on the beach and have a drink and watch the surfers do their thing. I'm much more the frozen waves than snowboarding, so I'm much better at that.
So what's your musical background? Like tell me tell me how your interest all started in like your musical taste in the progression.
I guess I kind of started playing drums when I was 8 years old. Just kind of seeing MTV and wanting to make big sound. I think I originally wanted to play the kettle drums, which I did for a while, school bands, orchestras, that sort of thing. And then kind of graduate through, I think my first kind of dalliance with surf music was kind of high school bands, sixth form bands. I can't remember what sixth form is in the States. It's kind of the end of high school before you go to university.
Okay.
That kind of era where you're playing like the kind of school dances and whatnot. Playing like Wipeout and bits and pieces. Because there's always that bit of surf kind of knocking around in the background, like Shadows over here are big. And of course like Mezzaloo with what's Pulp Fiction was it? Red Blood was a big one. So there's always kind of around, and my parents grew up in the 60s, so had like a lot of 60s compilations of bits and pieces of surf would kind of filter in. So then I got into I was playing all sorts of bands really. Played in like a post-rock group in the university, Comfy Moss, fiddling around with effects pedals and playing guitar, and that's when I got my Jazz Master, because I guess there's the kind of the surf thing and alt rock and post-rock. Jazz Master's the biggest kind of dream guitar.
Yeah.
So once I had my first, it was actually my inheritance. So my grandpa passed away, but I got my lovely trusted Jazz Master. Cool.
Oh
Uh,
man,
it's just like
Lorenzo would be jealous.
it's like a crafted in Japan one, but it's great. It's so reliable and sounds great. Yeah, so I'm playing that and playing in like folk rock bands. Robinson, who's I'm just actually chatting to him about a new track at the moment. Might do some drums and production on it. And was in various little cover bands and projects and more bands I can remember. I seem to start more bands than I can actually think of. But all the while, this thing was kind of tooting me around and various kind of musical projects. I did kind of ambient, drony, folky stuff as well. Sort of nice, twinkly bits. Yeah, and then just kind of hop around genres. I have a different genre like every other day. So when the stars align, I do surf stuff, or I'll do some. Working on a big kind of post-rock track at the moment, which is quite fun. One of my other bands. And then yeah, just got more bands that I can really remember. Just hop around. Keeps me occupied. Like my main day job, like sound and bit of music too. So there's a lot of crossover.
Okay. What is it you do for a job?
I'm a sound designer for computer games. So I've worked on a bunch of computer games over the years and done bits of guitar and drum, like session work, like on soundtracks. Occasionally prop stuff or bits of soundtrack work. Yeah.
Now, I'm not much of a gamer of games now, but I used to play around, from like, I don't know, when I was a kid in the 80s to like the mid 90s, maybe early 2000s.
Yeah.
And there was games like Final Fantasy X,
Nice.
Grand Theft Auto, like stuff like that. And like I know Grand Theft Auto had like the radio audio, but like some of like compositions are wonderful.
Yeah, and working with kind of interactive music systems as well. Doing a bit of that at the moment and on previous games. So there's a lot of crossover. So it's kind of my hobby and my job are very close, which is good. Keeps my toes. Yeah, I did what games I worked on. All sorts. I worked on Guitar Live and I tried to bring it back. I want any good surf tracks on that one. Maybe that's why I failed. Until Dawn, I did a lot of horror bits and pieces. Working on The Lost Wild at the moment, which is an upcoming title with dinosaurs. It's my dinosaur show. So mostly cooking animals with sticks and making them make noises and manipulating them into crazy dinosaur sounds. Quite fun.
Nice. Well, is there anything coming up for you in 2025? Springtime, summer? Like, do you have any sort of special things you're releasing or anything surf related, and that you're hoping to put out?
Yeah, I've kind of always got my ear out for a new riff. Look, the covers just come about by me kind of catching a new like little riff and going and thinking it might work as a surf song, like especially like 4/4 stuff. Although there's a lot of good like black metal riffs in 3/4. Like there's a Dutch band, Blue Strauss. I've been trying to shoehorn one of their really good riffs. I can never remember the name of the song. It's all in Dutch and stuff. I saw them at Fortress Festival last year, big like metal festival up in Scarborough. So I'm going to that again. So maybe I'll catch another few riffs and kind of try and translate them and stuff. But yeah, the Blue Strauss one, if I can wangle that into a surf beat, I might try and get it out. But they play a lot in 3/4, so it kind of doesn't quite translate as well. It's a nice kind of 4/4 stuff. Just kind of sitting around and maybe try and get the show on the road. Find a few like-minded individuals down in Brighton or surrounding area, and get out there and play some gigs. Would be quite fun. It's been a while since I played with any bands like live, so maybe that would be my project. Yeah.
This last question is a three-part question. Who is your favorite black metal band? And who is your favorite death metal band? And who's your favorite surf band?
Oh, geez. Surf band. I'll go first. Like, I think when you got in touch with me about the interview, I saw Satan's Pilgrims pop up. I know one of the big ones I used to listen to a bunch. The kind of movie score, horror theme, crossover stuff. Like, and I was like, cool. This is legit. I'll hop on this. Yeah, just used to listen to those guys a bunch. They probably had a big influence on me doing surf stuff. Yeah, did like great covers like the Godfather theme and bits and pieces. Maybe they're my favorite like contemporary-ish surf back band. And then you got all the classics, but you know. Oh, black metal, that's tricky. Oh, who am I listening to at the moment? Krallis. I always say Krallis are my favorite band. They're actually from New York. Yeah, they're amazing. Oh, death metal. Yeah, what have I listened to recently? That's a tricky one. Might be something like Gorguts though. Quite technical. They're from like Montreal, Quebec. Maybe they're my favourite. I don't know. All the classics like Ultra, Hard to Beat. From here in the UK, Coventry. Lovely Coventry. Yeah, they got I might dip into them a bit more for like the covers. They've got a rich vein of really tasty riffs that I think could translate into surf stuff. Just a really strong kind of melodic sense. That's another band actually, Krallis, the black metal band from New York. Like I've been trying to cover some of their stuff, but it's so technical and intricate. It's hard to actually like pull out the strings of it and rearrange it into that kind of surf beat without it turning into just a weird mishmash or something in between that's not really either camp. Just might be a new genre, but I should dig into that a bit. They got some cool riffs. I kind of hope they play over here soon, but they seem to be New York.
In high school, I was in a like at that time, like thrash was really huge, and the big four. I would say, especially like Metallica and Slayer, like those guys, and even Creator. Like we used to, like I grew up playing 60s music with my family.
Yeah. So,
Pipeline made it into our repertoire, and then we played Wipeout, Peter Gunn, and then Anthrax put out that Pipeline, and we're like, wait, somebody's already doing this? Like,
yeah. There's always been that link. You get some guys in a room without guitars, and I guess back in the 60s it was just crank up all the controls and it happened to be a reverb, and then if you got Marshalls or BVs, it's crank up the distortion and the reverb, and you're right.
It's not really like a far difference there.
No, it's just fast picking, it's play fast, fun, good time music. So it kind of translates. It's that same visceral energy, I think, that you tap into. Great, because one of the things I like about music, I like the chilled out stuff. I kind of go either side of music, like super chilled ambient music. It's like all out kind of crazy stuff.
I like the last album Mayhem did with the Demon record, and I was like wow, that was like a pretty giant leap forward for them. I was really impressed.
Yeah, I kind of I'll dig into that one. I haven't kind of been keeping track of much Mayhem, but I'll dig into it.
Yeah. I mean, there's all the stories and everything, but
that's part of the whole thing. It's kind of the mythos and the entertainment side of it. It gets a bit serious in points, obviously. The kind of mythology of it is part of the whole atmosphere, I guess. Which is I'm saying but I was saying that the black metal, every encounter with other black metal types at festivals and stuff, Fortress Festival especially, they're like the friendliest festival ever. Like it's the hippies that's scary. The scary black metal people are the like nicest, friendliest puppy dogs who are like, no trouble and well behaved. And then you go to some hippie festival or whatever, and it's like chaos. So
chaos, right? Exactly.
I'm sure the Mayhem guys are lovely, friendly guys. Watch out, hippies.
Necro Butcher seems a little intimidating.
Yeah, he's got an aura.
All right, Hywel. Thank you so much. I always love a fellow '60s / metalhead. That we can kind of identify with the same types of music. So it was great that I found you, and I'm very grateful that you came on the show.
Thanks for inviting me on. It's out of the blue. I was like, "Whoa, someone actually wants to talk to me about my surf stuff." Cool. Oh, I get little
Oh
comments
yeah,
like I'm into it. So yeah.
especially because it's not just surf that you focus on. Like you have so many different things that you're doing. And then when I saw that was part of them, and I was like, well, that's somebody I want to have on because, their mind is a little bit more expanded,
Yeah.
I mean, you're not the only one, but it's good to have people on that incorporate other styles into like surf.
Fine. It's good to have a well-rounded, balanced diet. All your fruits and vegetables, carbohydrates in your musical background. Keeps it interesting.
Right on, right on. Well,
Cool.
you have a great rest of your day.
Thanks.
I know it's kind of getting late over there, but
Oh, it's not
thanks
too
for
bad. It's the
coming.
afternoon. Big rugby match is coming up, so I'll
Oh,
see if I
okay.
can make those. There was a bad one last night. Wales got hammered by France, so I'm
Oh
yeah
man.
recovering from that. But hopefully Ireland will beat England in now, so I'll go off and watch that. Cool.